Good afternoon, East Texas Cigar Tribe. We're going to be smoking a little, well, not so little, the Ave Maria Argentum. So, we're going to be smoking this, working on a four-wheeler. So, before we start that, matter of fact, let's give it a light real quick. There you go. Talk about a desk. That's what you call a desktop, tabletop lighter right there. Dude, so once again, never judge a stick off the foot. That's bullshit. You can tell a lot off of the foot. Now, does that mean that if you've got one that's off the foot, that is, you don't necessarily like that you're going to chunk it right away? I'm not. I'm going to wait and see how it shapes up. But with that said, a lot of the sticks that I really like, dude, I like them. I like to have a dry pull on them, unlit, and I can tell a lot right there. But certainly off the foot, a lot of times I can tell whether I'm going to like it or not. Right off the foot, pretty pleasant. Certain sweetness, certain nuttiness. Pretty creamy smoke, not chalky at all. So I'm going to talk about something real quick. So when you buy cutter, you know, I did a straight cut on this with my Cigar straight cut that I got up at Tobacco Junction. Which I have this end. I've got a V cutter, and I got a couple other cheap cutters that I, have in the glove box of the truck, in my saddlebags, my motorcycle. But a nicer cutter, how you gonna manage it? Well, first off, Cigar is lifetime guarantee, lifetime sharpness, lifetime warranty on their cutters. But still, I don't want to send it back. I don't want to keep it. I want to keep this one. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to treat this a little bit like I treat a gun. Matter of fact, yeah, I like it. I don't want to go as far as candy bar. But certainly chocolate covered espresso beans. Like it. So, remember, anything you clean it with, if you go cut your cigar, if you clean it, you stand a chance on getting some residue. So, do I use a little oil? I do. I use my gun oil. I use CLP. So, how am I going to do it? Am I going to coat this down with it? No, I'm not. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spray just a touch. Can you see the rag? I'm going to spray on a relatively clean rag. I'd love to say it was a perfectly clean rag, but I ain't sure I got a perfectly clean rag in my shop. I'm going to take a little bit, and I'm going to clean, just like that. Just going to clean the surface that I see, just like you do every time with any kind of metal object. Clean your chain on a motorcycle. Unless you're riding a Harley, you don't want to clean that sucker because it ain't a chain. Unless you've done a chain conversion, which I might add I'm a big fan of. I get the low maintenance from a belt, but dude, I love a chain. I'm gonna clean all my cutting surfaces without going crazy. I'm gonna open it back up again. I'm gonna make sure I've cleaned both sides. So this is a stainless steel blade on this. There's some cutters that are the blades are carbon steel. There's some cutters that are Damascus steel. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to take a dry end of this rag, and I'm going to go back over it. You know, does it matter right here? If, as long as it's not just running off of it, I don't think it does. But is it going to matter up in here whether or not I've got oil? It absolutely is. And you know, the first one of you guys that I guess there are guys that never ever smoke a cigar anywhere just had some visitors. My wife's got a busted foot. One of her friends brought her a boot. We went on a hike at Pinnacle Mountain up in Arkansas last weekend. I think she got either a really bad stone bruise or a stress fracture. So anyway, back to this. So do you want oil floating around in here? No, certainly not. Not that, back to the deal, got sidetracked. Not that I haven't had oil on my hands, not that I haven't smoked a cigar, not that I haven't had junk on my mouth, not that I hadn't been riding off-road motorcycles, been covered in dirt and still smoke. But you know, am I going to try to avoid getting oil on the tip of my cigar? I am. Will it ruin the taste of it? It most certainly will give you a little added something at the very least. So I'm going to make sure that I'm using my dry end and clean that off. Open it back up, make sure everything looks good. There you go, just like new. Throw it back in my pocket. So we're getting this old four-wheeler going. My kid sunk it. So we're going to kind of get it going. So this Argentum's shaping up nice. So, you know, we're a quarter inch, half inch down from the foot. Great smoke output. Yeah, man, nice, very nice stick. I gotta be honest, I don't know how much this stick cost. I bought, I wanna say a 5-pack, and I can't remember what I paid for them. I'm not sure what they're supposed to be retail either, but it's a nice stick. And you know, you always gotta love an Ave Maria. So Ave Maria is a Nicaraguan stick. It's a Nicaraguan stick by the A.J. Fernandez family of brands. And man, let's just be honest. It's a cool band. It's a double band, technically. Ave Maria. Got that, you know, that Red Cross is kind of a, it's kind of a, what do those guys call Holy Crusaders? It's kind of a Knights Templar deal. Pretty cool. So I'm going to smoke this down and keep working on this four-wheeler, and we'll touch back here in just a little bit. Say that in the midst of soaking it in the water, we now have a selector switch that is gone bad, but you know what? Guess I'm gonna have to live with it. for safety sakes, that's what you do. You got a selector switch that's supposed to keep it from starting if it's in gear, but you know what? It is what it is. I ain't spending the money on it. We already had to do the belt because we fried 2 belts recently because of some certain Harley riding youngster who wants to ride it in the mud. But this is my 4-wheeler for getting around, around the farm here and getting around in my property where I hunt. And it's supposed to be my hunting utility type 4-wheeler, and his ass is grounded from it. So there you have it. So let's get back to this smoke. So we're well down the stick, getting ready to have to remove that band. You know, it's burning pretty good if I'm being honest. It's let's do a little purge. Real nice. Still real coffee-esque, dark chocolate, not a sweet chocolate. Coffee, cappuccino maybe. Still not getting quite as much sweetness. So it's definitely a dark chocolate flavor that I'm getting off of it. Great stick. So I'm gonna wrap this up here, and I'm gonna wrap this up. I got a few little nuts and bolts I gotta put together to put this 4-wheeler all the way back like it needs to be, where it is in perfect order so that when Luke gets home, he can wash it up and make it look pretty for me. I'm sitting out here sweating like a you-know-what in church. And I'm gonna try to get this air conditioner over here in my corner of my shop going. Doesn't do a great job in the shop. Shop's big. You can see the shop is insulated, but it's basically got that insulation that you put on the inside of siding that really just keeps the sun from making it a melting pot in here. What needs to happen is I need to take a little Senior Frog up here down, and I need to get up here and spray it with that spray insulation. But the truth is, most of the year it's not a big deal. I need to get in here and organize this shop as well. But I got a 16-year-old kid that him and his buddies come out here and work on stuff constantly, and it kind of is what it is. I get it straight and they demolish it, and their idea of straightening is not my idea of straightening. So with that said, we're gonna finish up this Argentum, this AJ Fernandez stick, and keep them toasty, baby. Peace out.